Greetings, 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 African enthusiasts. I hope you're doing well today. Oh my goodness, I wanted to come in and have a conversation and to give you an update on my brother. I think back in July or August, I was sharing about my brother's experience. And so I kind of want to bring it home today and have this impactful conversation about where we are as a people. And I will begin to tell you that based on the trauma he had, we found him a nursing home to live in. And so the first nursing home ended up with one charge of abuse and four charges of neglect. So my brother was thrown into a wall while he was trying to take a shower by a male nurse, rushed to the hospital. And so we then started to find him another place to go to, which we did. And he went there in July. And he ended up from July until November 30th, he was complaining about his feet hurting. So I had a sister go to check on him, and she was able to unwrap the bandages to his right foot, and you guys would not believe the condition his foot was in. He had stage 4 bed sores, and the nursing home and the doctor they was working with was talking about amputation. So I told my sister to rush him to the hospital, and that she did, but to the wrong hospital. It was a teaching hospital, Hillcrest Main Hospital in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the challenges we had with the hospital, it was diabolical in many ways. It reminded me of the human studies that took place um, amongst our people in psychiatric hospitals, John Hopkins Hospital, all across the Americas and literally in Europe and other places as well, how we were medical defined as not human, and therefore we were really looked heavily upon a microscope, and many of us are um, ascendants, went through various traumatic experiences by medical professions. And so I was able to get my brother transferred from this teaching hospital, but it took about 3 or 4 days and lots of threats. The only way I got out of that hospital was to write the judge, the district attorney, the state licensing board in Oklahoma, Oklahoma Health Department, and other federal agencies. And when I did that, the very next day, they were releasing my brother. But, he had only been there a couple of days. And on the first day, within 3 hours, they wanted to amputate his leg. But I was quite confused because one doctor said he wanted to amputate 10 centimeters above the knee, and then another doctor said below the knee. But my sister and my brother both were saying that all the people that wanted to do the work were basically students and one general surgeon. So I had a conversation with the general surgeon, and right away, you could tell that he was lying, he was fabricating what he was saying. So it was a lot of pressure, it was a lot of mind games. And I'm going to tell you, one of the basic tricks they use is an appeal to a man's or a woman's psychological components or emotions. So they were making appeal to me, they thought, based on my emotions, and they thought based on Christianity. They was, well, we're going to pray for your brother and we hope you let us do the surgery. But they hadn't provided any solid information. So I said, no, these people are demons. Let me get my brother out of here. And the next day, when I got him out, he went to St. Francis Hospital in Tulsa. He was in the emergency room. He was seen by a podiatrist, and the podiatrist ordered a CT scan. The next day, he had the CT scan. They were at this point was not talking amputation, you guys. And then the next day, he saw a cardiovascular surgeon, and they did something called a peripheral anogram. It's where they go and look at your blood vessels to see what if there's any blockages. And so the vascular surgeon found that there was blockages in this same foot. They wanted to amputate not the foot but the leg. So they found that there were blockages there, and what he did was put balloons where there were blockages to expand the vein and the muscle. Now there's good blood flow in it. There's no amputation required. So I want to talk about, our African descendants on the brink of another cultural or existential crisis? And the answer is yes. You hear about depopulation theories, you hear about the Willie Lynch letter, and all of those things. And now we have this new president that was running on this MAGA platform, which breeds systemic racism, structural racism, and oppression that's unimaginable. And so, yes, we are. And I just want to explore how can we understand the Holocaust conditions that we're under. Now, when you go to see a medical provider or a hospital, you believe that they're going to do their very best as physicians. They took an oath to first do no harm. But when you have to consider the fact that many and most consider us not as human beings, so we are guinea tested, prodded, used as human experiments. And this is exactly what my brother was last week up until about 2 days ago. But, we're fighting against a system that historically has marginalized us and also has relegated us to not being human based on the fact, irregardless of the fact that they are who they are because we gave them the opportunity to be that. If it wasn't for us teaching them survival skills, overcoming diseases and challenges, we wouldn't have this issue today. So, you want to talk about the echoes of the past and the trauma, systemic trauma, structural trauma, racial trauma that we still are faced with today. So, how can we protect our heritage, our communities, um, and be able to thrive in this era of systemic oppression and cultural erasure? Now, this is exactly what the system has tried to do and what they've done from the beginning. Now, the victor has the opportunity to write the story, to tell their story the way they want to paint a picture. Now, if we want to reveal our story, we have to be in a position where we're winning and overcoming these battles. And literally, these battles are against demons. It's not against other human beings or mankind. This is a spiritual attack on a nation. And if we don't begin to realize that collectively, regardless of where we are geographically, we are a nation of people. And until we can realize that we are a nation, these are some of the issues that we're going to continue to face. So, my brother is now in a new hospital, no amputation. He was seen by a doctor from India who immediately rejected this notion of amputating one's whole leg without cause or reason. He was able to save the leg, and all my brother has to do is a lifestyle change. And yes, he's a smoker, but he didn't used to be till he got in a nursing home. And now, I guess the nursing home people there started him with cigarettes. Now he wants cigarettes, but we're encouraging him to stop. We give thanks that his leg was saved this go round and that he made it. Like, he got more lives than a cat, you guys. He just keeps coming back. And I understand that sometimes, regardless, he had given up and just said, cut my leg off. He wanted to go. He had literally given up and wanted to get out. But because we were encouraged by the fight, thinking about all the trauma we experienced as a group of people, caused him to rise up and to fight for himself, even coming out of Alzheimer's, dementia, and all of that. So if we don't begin to collectively unite and look beyond, what people say we are or who we think we are, and understand that we are great people and we are cut from greatness, this is where we will have the victories, the greatest victory. But I did want to share that story. It's very important that you be made aware that not everybody that says they're in your corner are mean you good, truly means you good. Now, these were medical professionals, okay, willing at any sacrifice to do anything necessary to use him as an exploration. And so I want to bring it home and say that all together, we are used in this society. One, we have become so educated that European societies need to figure out how to manage and control this situation. So nothing comes easy. All is not fair in love, in war. So we need to understand the art of war and how to play this game. But these are the challenges. And you see it not just in America, you see it in Africa, you see it in Europe, you see it in Asia, everywhere we are. Oh my goodness, there we have a target on our back, and we need to understand that the more of us who can recognize what we bring to the table and start preparing a table for us in the future and our children in the future, the better off we will be. That's what nation building equates to. And so Minister Louis Farrakhan, he knows how to really chop this situation up, to dissect it and to teach us about who we are. They know who we are, but do you know who you are? And so I want to encourage you to always be on alert, to keep yourself aware, and never let anyone put you in a box, intimidate you, or make you fearful. If you suspect something, or if your gut is telling you something else, then go with your gut. My people, grace, love, and peace. This is Be Wise Africa Movement. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. I just wanted to share this information because there's so many dynamics happening today, and they all feed into one another, whether it's Gambia, Ghana, America, Burkina Faso, Rwanda, Niger, Mali. All of these places ties back to the diasporan people. Peace, guys.